All across the state, Texans are starting on their New Year's resolutions. Some of the most popular goals are to eat healthier foods and exercise more frequently, but experts say it's important to not let those resolutions become an obsession.
So true. And to talk more about this, we have back with us Dr. Allison Chase joining us today. She's a senior clinical advisor for the Eating Recovery Center. Happy New Year, first of all.
To you too, and thank you for having me back.
Yeah, so this is kind of a touchy subject for a lot of people. So let's go and talk about some of these extreme diet and exercise goals that people set leading into the new year every year.
Right, and the danger that happens with it is that it oftentimes is unrealistic, right? It's unrealistic, and it then ends up setting you up just to not feel successful, and then that cycle continues and goes. And so the end result is actually feeling worse, right? Increasing things like your anxiety and your emotional functioning. And what's also really concerning is when eating behaviors start to get really unhealthy, which can happen with all the different magic solutions out there that don't really exist.
Yeah, and I think too, one of the hardest things is, we're seeing the rise of some of those popular weight loss drugs like the Ozempics and things like that, and people see other people, maybe celebrities, well, they're dropping weight like that overnight essentially. So then, talk to us about the complexity with seeing that in the media and on social media, and the reality of that's not always the best way to do it. There are healthier ways to approach that.
Most definitely healthier ways, and ways that aren't aiming for this very quick fix. It is really hard to have the patience and the tolerance of how to change your behavior slowly so it lasts. Understandable to want to kind of grab hold of those quick fixes, which are out there all the time because they're so appealing, right? They pull everybody in. So the key thing would be is to recognize when something seems a little too easy, we want to kind of take a pause on doing it. And the problem is who doesn't want to throw out all those quick fixes with the hope to get more views, more likes, more things, right? And it's just not always going to work that way.
Well, what does work? Like, what are some healthy choices that we can do to really do something?
From a diet and exercise standpoint, well, anytime we start to move towards a moderation, towards moderation in our behaviors, you want to avoid anything that completely cuts out food groups or completely cuts out hours you can eat during the day or anything of that nature, right? We want to look at something that is in moderation and fits with your lifestyle. We are all so individual, right? We all have things that work for us and don't work. Some of us must love resolutions. Others, it's not as successful, right? So what's going to work for you that's going to be sustainable and healthful, because that's what our end goal is, to be able to do that.
Yeah, and to give yourself, I think, some grace is helpful too, to know that it's going to be a long process, especially if you're trying to, revolutionize the way that you consume food and exercise and everything, change your lifestyle. So it is a lot, and that's why we always appreciate having you join us. Dr. Allison Chase, thanks for being with us. We're going to take a quick break here on Spectrum News 1. We're back with more Texas headlines and another check of that forecast when we come back. Keep it here.